Five little children playing trick or treat, playing trick or treat, playing trick or treat. Five little children playing trick or treat, and this is Halloween. Boo!
As you can see, we take ourselves very seriously.
I'm lonesome as I can be. I go and walking after midnight out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night winds whisper to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I go on walking after midnight out in the starlight, just hoping you may be somewhere walking after midnight, searching for me.
Werewolf?
Werewolf! The castle!
Why are you talking like that?
I thought you wanted me to.
No.
For those of you who are young
Any young
Frankenstein,
Frankenstein fans out there?
We're channeling young Frankenstein, that's it. You know, autumn is a romantic period for me, more than spring. You know, there was always marriage proposals in spring, but I got married in the autumn time. And living in California for more than 20 years, boy, did we have to try everything we could to make it feel like autumn, because it never did. Every day was the same, pretty much. The trees started turning it around December. And so it was very difficult to get in that feeling. But there is a romance to autumn. And there's that hearth and home. And there's also the indication that we want to live the sweetest, most warm life we can during autumn, because you know winter follows. A lot of these songs we're singing today tell a story, and this one is no different. And Becky Corbett's going to sing us this story.
This is The Unquiet Grave.
Are you going to try to do the mandolin? All right, the executive decision was made.
cold blows the wind upon my true love. Soft falls the gentle rain. I never had but one true love, and a greenwood he lies slain. I'd lose much for my true love as any young lass may. I'll sit and I'll mourn on your grave for 12 months and a day. When the 12th month and one day had passed, the ghost began to speak. Who is it that sits all on my grave and will not let me sleep? 'Tis I, thine own true love, that sits all on your grave. I ask of one kiss from your sweet lips, that is all I crave. My lips, they are as clay, my love. My breath is earthly strong. And if you should kiss my clay cold lips, your time 'twould not be long. Cold blows the wind upon my true love, soft falls the gentle rain. I never had but one true love, and in greenwood he lies slain.
Joe, is it okay? Is it loud enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's good? Good. Excellent. All right. You know, songs, of course, are made of poetry, aren't they? And so often the poet is trying to paint pictures with words in a very artful way. And this song, introduced to me by Pam Francis, who had heard it. You tell them about it.
Anybody watch Andy Griffith?
Yeah.
I did as a kid. And remember the Darlings? Yeah. Well, Charlene sang this song. And so I was, one day it kind of came back to my memory, and Elizabeth and I sort of.
Yeah, I love it. Just as a note to us, because every time we sing it, we seem to take a different route. Chorus, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, verse 3, chorus.
Okay.
That was really for my benefit.
We're real casual.
There is a time for love and laughter. The days will pass like summer storms. The winter winds will follow after. But there is love, and love is warm. There is a time for us to wander, when time is young and so are we. The woods are greener over yonder. The path is new, the world is free. There is a time for love and laughter. The days will pass like summer storms. The winter winds will follow after. But there is love, and love is warm. There is a time when leaves are falling. The woods are gray, the paths are old. The snow will come when geese are calling. You'll need a fire against the cold. So do your roaming in the springtime, and you'll find your love in the summer. summer sun. The frost will come and bring a harvest, and you can sleep till the day is done. There is a time for love and laughter. The days will pass like summer storms. The winter wind will follow after. But there is love, and love is warm. But there is love, oh, and love is warm. Oh, so warm, so warm. Rawhide. I couldn't help myself. And why weren't you singing with me on those verses? What happened to the two of you?
Screwed up.
Oh my goodness.
Highly rehearsed.
I think it was a plot, personally. Let's not sing with her. I'm just teasing. Excuse me, Pam, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. Speaking of stories, I have a story to tell you. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Well, when you're driving west on Route 50, heading toward Romney, you'll see an old log cabin that sits at the neck of a holler. You know, it's got to be over 100 years old, as the trees that are growing dangerously close to it are at least that old. There were windows once, but no glass now. And the Virginia creeper, in its autumn cloak of red, has nearly obscured the entire side of the old cabin and gone up and through the chimney that leans precariously. I've asked around the local festivals about anyone who knew anything about this cabin, and found someone at Founders Day that shared this tale with me. Back about 1858, a newlywed couple built that cabin. This couple was much beloved, and when they married, it brought everyone joy because everyone knew that they belonged together. It was true, too, everything they did together. And that cabin and the surrounding farm was the work of their labor and love, and it prospered, and so did their neighbors and family. All was well until 1861, when the young husband was called to fight in the Civil War. He was a brave man and wanted to help defend his country and protect his beautiful wife, so he set off. She remained strong, but was brokenhearted and very much alone. She was supported by the community of neighbors that remained to keep the home fires burning, but her heart was weak and her soul felt abandoned. It was in the winter of 1865 when her husband returned to find their cabin filled with family. They were gathered to mourn the loss of his wife, who some suggested died of loneliness. She had passed the day before his arrival. The family stayed close to him and supported him, but he would find himself walking around the cabin and through the fields and the farm during the gloaming time. And during his walks, he would feel and sometimes see the ghost of his young wife walking near him. In time, his heart began to heal, and he started to let go of her. It was 2 years later when the young widower found himself lonely and met someone and was swept off his feet by the daughter of a new family that had moved into the valley. He married her, and it was on their wedding night that the ghost of his beloved first wife appeared to him, releasing him to a life of happiness. She sang to him this song you're going to hear, which echoes faintly through the valley when it is very calm and still during the gloaming.
When the lights are darling, think not bitterly of me, though I passed away in silence, left you lonely, set you free. For my heart was tossed with longing, what had been could never be. It was best to leave you thus, dear, best for you and best for me. In the gloaming, oh my darling, when the lights are soft and low, will you think of me and love me as you did once long ago?
Don't worry, they're not all that sad. But that's what winter's all about in a way. It gives you the contrast, right, to the spring, right? All about the contrast. Pam Francis is going to lift us up a little bit.
With a spiritual. Talk about suffering. Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep in love with Jesus. Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep loving Jesus. The gospel train is coming. Now don't you want to go and leave this world of sorrow and troubles here below? Oh, can't you hear it, brother? Now don't you want to go and leave this world of sorrow and troubles here below? Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep following Jesus. Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep loving Jesus. Oh, can't you hear it, sister? Now don't you want to go and leave this world of sorrow and troubles here below? The gospel train is coming. Now don't you want to go and leave this world of sorrow and troubles here below? Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep following Jesus. Talk about suffering here below, and let's keep loving Jesus. The gospel train is coming. Now don't you want to go?
I think we have time for them. Oh yeah, is that, what is this one?
That's that.
Which one? I can't see that. Oh, that one. What we need is we need the props for our radio show. That's what we need. This is a fun opportunity for us, as you can imagine, to take all these crazy, silly songs and stories and present them to you. thank you for coming and letting us do this, because we're sick of singing for each other. And oh no, the security guy, Ed, he likes it. He says, leave the windows open. Becky's gonna tell you a story.
So I have this friend, Mark, and Mark loves old houses. So he was really excited when an old Victorian on the edge of town went up for sale. Now, it was kind of, run down, it needed a bunch of work, but Mark was handy, he was okay with that, and he was looking forward to the projects that he had planned. So he moves in, and first few weeks were peaceful enough, and then he starts noticing a few odd things, like a door left ajar that he didn't really remember opening, or sometimes a cool breeze when there wasn't any window opening, and occasionally there was a creak from the attic. But he figured, hey, these are just the quirks of an old home. That was until he found the photograph. So one day, Mark was tackling the attic. He was up there cleaning the attic, and in a dark, dusty corner of the old attic, he found a photo album. So he opens it up. The pictures inside were all faded, but one of them in particular stood out. It was a family photo, and everyone was smiling except for one person in the back. There was a man standing behind the family, and his face was kind of blurred, like the camera couldn't quite focus on him. So that night, Mark, he just couldn't get this image out of his mind of that weird man. So he's laying in his bed, and he starts hearing this faint creaking noise coming from the attic. Kind of rhythmic, like someone was walking on the old floorboards. So then the creaking subsides, and he starts hearing the unmistakable sounds of these steps coming down the attic steps. They continue till they stop right outside his bedroom door. What? No. So Mark grabs his phone and he dials 911, but as soon as the operator answers, the line goes dead, and he looks and his phone suddenly has no service. So Mark, he's so scared, but he gathers all his courage and he gets up and he flings his bedroom door open. There's no one there. But the noise of the door opening.
They won't laugh at that one third time, so keep going.
So he closes the door, but again, now he starts hearing this loud, raspy breathing coming from the other side.
This will be easy, I'm coming off a cough. It was worse 2 days ago.
Again, he flings open the bedroom door. There's no one there. So, needless to... the sound of one door opening.
We gotta get one of those little doors.
The next day, he screws up all his courage and he walks up to the attic. And he sees a dusty handprint on the attic, and it was not his. Well, this continued for weeks. So
It's okay, Pam, I know how it ends.
So needless to say, Mark put that house on the attic.
On the market.
On the market.
That's why I'm here. For practice, we promise.
He put the house on the market really quickly. Now, I didn't know Mark yet. Mark wasn't my friend yet. I saw that house for sale, and I was looking for an old Victorian. I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy that house. So I did buy that house. And Mark never told me about all of this stuff that was going on. So I moved into the house, and just like him, for a few weeks, everything was fine. And then all of these crazy sounds start happening. People, footsteps coming down to my door, and the raspy breathing, and all this and that. So I finally screwed up my courage, and I walked up to the attic, and I opened the door, and I saw that Elizabeth was living in there.
She has Starlink. All right. That was our story. Just give her. Yes, we are.
All right.
Now, this was the number that they voted to cut if we didn't have enough time. But we. Now, this song was off an old Boris Karloff album called The Headless Horseman back in the day. And I love this song. I love it. Feel free to dance. Dance anything you want. She made me take out a verse too, so. 1, 2, here we go. Now let's have Pammy. Play it, Pammy. And now we come to the time on the program for me to share a story. We got all our sound effects ready? Did I forget anything? It could happen.
You're at it.
What'd you say?
Susan, you're at it.
Oh, we won't go there. All right.
I'll get the door.
There's bats. Actually, this one doesn't have doors.
Okay.
But don't worry, I got this. The girls are practiced in their sound effects. Oh, yeah. And you know, I didn't play during yours, and I was supposed to play during yours too, but don't want to play long. So, when I was in 5th grade, I forgot yet. When I was in 5th grade here in Romney, at Romney Elementary School, I had Mrs. Allen as my 5th grade teacher. And Mrs. Allen told me the story that you're about to hear all the way to the gory end. The name of the story is Taily Po. Anybody here ever heard of Taily Po? Nancy, do you remember that one?
No.
Okay. There was once an old man living in a cabin out in the woods. He didn't have any neighbors to speak of. He lived there with his hunting dogs in his lonesome little cabin. The old man rarely washed, and when he did, he had a big bushy beard that hung down over his chest. And all the grease from the day's works and meals seemed to gather in that beard. He didn't wash, and when he did, he'd only wash enough so that all the grease would dip down to the bottom of the beard. Keep it weighed down so the wind wouldn't blow it. The old man was kind of mean. He didn't like people, so we tried to stay away from him. Everything he needed, he got from the woods. He got water for drinking and washing from the river nearby, and he'd get his meals with his rifle and his 3 dogs. Besides, good, that was good. Besides disliking people, there wasn't much else to the old git besides his big appetite. He loved to eat, and since he loved to eat, he loved to hunt. He loved venison, rabbit, wild bird was okay. You know those old chicken McNuggets? Well, this man loved skunk nuggets. Now, they're pretty good, but you gotta cook them outside. One cold, dark night, the old man came home with his dogs empty-handed. That was really good. It had been chilly that day, and game had been scarce. So the old man grumbled and cursed under his breath since he knew he wasn't going to have anything. He's going to have to go to bed hungry, essentially. And he didn't like that much. But since there was nothing else he could do, he started to get ready for bed. What noises are those? No. As he started to do that, he heard a queer scratching noise. The old man looked around trying to find the source of that strange kind of scraping. Sounds like wood. The old man looked around till he bumped into something thick and hairy. The old man looked up to see the strangest thing. Hanging down from the ceiling was a long, thick, hairy something dangling from a hole in the ceiling. It didn't take long for the man to figure out that the hole was the source of the scratching, and that what he was looking at was a tail. Hanging down from the ceiling in his cabin, it was long and hairy and dangling from a creature that was trying to force its way in from the roof. The old man didn't think twice. He grabbed his hunting knife and in one moment severed the tail. And from the creature on the cabin's roof, and the old man heard a screech come out of the creature. Such a god-awful screech that shook the whole cabin. The old man watched as the thing pulled its bleeding stump through the hole in the roof, and he heard the thing bound from the roof to the ground outside and scurry off into the distance. The dogs started barking, but the old man paid them no heed. He bent over and picked up the severed tail. The blood was already seeping from the top of it. The old man pondered over the size of the thing, how thick and long it was, what kind of animal would have such a big tail. And he pondered over his empty stomach, and he laid the tail on the table and using a chair as a stand quickly nailed a board over the hole in the roof. After that was done, he set about building a large fire in the fireplace, and he shoved an iron spit through the bloodied end of that tail to the tip and set it over the iron handles, which would hold it over the fireplace. The old man's mouth watered as he turned the spit over the fire. The hair singed and flew off the tail, leaving behind his sweet, succulent meat. The old man could smell it now as the fat sizzled in the heat, and its aroma wafted up to his nostrils. Piece by piece, the old man picked off chunks of the thing and spit out the gristle, which the dogs gobbled up. It was delicious. The old man, belly full and a smile on his face, put out the dogs for the night, put on his nightgown, and went to bed, pulled up the covers to his chest, pushed his greasy beard over the top, and laid back and was about to drift off to sleep when he heard a quiet tapping. It was quiet, but it was distinct. The old man opened his eyes and looked about. It just kept rap-tap-tapping. Then the old man heard something, almost a whisper, yet clear as day. Tele-po, tele-po, give me back my tele-po. The old man felt a cold chill shoot down his spine. He stopped breathing for a bit while he listened to the rap-tap-tapping on the side of the cabin. Again he heard, tele-po, tele-po, give me back my tele-po. Well, the old man leapt from his bed to the cabin door. He removed the latch and threw open, and he shouted, "Dogs, get that ugly weasel!" And the dogs came a barking and a scratching and chased whatever it was back into the woods. And when the dogs returned, the old man closed the cabin door and crawled back into bed and put his beard back over his covers as he slowly started to drift off asleep. So good, Becky. Within minutes, he heard the tapping again. Then he heard the voice again. Tele-po, tele-po, give me back my tele-po. Well, the old man bolted up again to the front door and latched it, and he said to the dogs, "Dogs, get that ugly weasel!" And they chased him into the woods. When he finally got back into bed, he went back to bed, pulled the covers up to his chest and beard over the top, and for a third time, he's drifted off to sleep. then it came, quiet at first, the rat-tat-tapping. It was this time coming from the front door, not the cabin side. The old man ran to the window and opened it up and shouted, "The dogs, get that ugly weasel!" But the dogs did not come, nor did they bark, because the thing had eaten them. Then he heard that song again. Teddy-bo, Teddy-bo, give me back my Teddy-bo. In the dim light, he could see the thing dragging its foot across the room with its tail thump-thumping, 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 until it got closer and closer and closer and gobbled him up, beard and all. That's the story. Yeah, that's what they told fifth graders back then. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I got to do that. That's great. We're doing great for time. And I have to tell you, you know, we have such good victuals next door, you won't need dinner. Now, are any of you in here members of the Arts Council? If you're not, you might think about joining. They're a great group. And also because if you like to bake, you have a chance to show off your goods. And as a baker, and my husband calls me a procrastinator, but as a baker, I love opportunities to do that when I have the time. Shirley is one of my most, I enjoy that. So if you're one of those people who likes to do those kind of things, you too could be part of the excellence that is involved in tonight's program. Excuse me. I'm just kidding. All right. But no, seriously, it's a great group of people, and they're going to be putting on an Arts and Music Festival this spring, I think. And they're looking for volunteers to make this festival. You know, it's not a harvest festival, and it's not the other festival. It's the Arts and Music Festival. It's about arts and music. What about that? Isn't that something? All right. I think that's neat. So what I'm saying, it isn't the same animal, but it has been such a unique and wonderful thing to be a part of for years. When the Sneeds had it, very, very nice. So we're looking for people to help out with that. All right. Once again, we have a story song sung by Becky.
All right, 3 guesses as to what this song is going to be.
Joe, I bet you might know. Hint, 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 hint. What is it, Joe?
Is it long and black?
It's long and black.
It's all black. 10 years ago, on a cold, dark night, there was someone killed beneath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The judge said, "Son, what's your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die." I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I've been in arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me.
I'm just getting you back for my song.
The scaffold is high. cold wind moans in a long black veil. She cries o'er my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me.
Hey Joe, I just want you to know we're still using your music that you put together. So it's going to good use. Becky wanted to do it a different way. We said, no, Joe did this. We got to do this. Just to let you guys know, we actually have another name. We are actually called, as a trio, Whisper Valley.
Yeah.
And Whisper Valley is the road I grew up on down off Route 28 as a child, all the way back in 100-acre wood. Me and Christopher Robin and Mary and Mish back there. Right? Yeah. Yeah, we had a grand old time. And for sure, we were raised on Grimm's fairy tales and Anderson's fairy tales. And to this day, I know that there is a fairy living in that one tree. Just know it. Let's see. Pam Francis is going to sing a really beautiful song to you, for you.
Crossing Great Divide.
I don't feel like I'm a tune. Bear with me.
We like it when you do. We like it.
All right, that'll do.
Hang on, let me see.
Thanks. We better get those beans tuned up.
I've been walking in my sleep, counting troubles instead of counting sheep. Where the years went, I don't know. I just turned around and they've gone away. I've been sifting through the layers of dusty books and faded papers. Tell a story I used to know, and it was one that happened long ago. He's gone away in yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the rivers change direction across the Great Divide. Now I heard the owl calling softly as the night was falling. With a question, I replied that he's gone across the borderline. He's gone away in yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the rivers change direction across the Great Divide. Finest hour that I have seen is the one that comes between the edge of night and the break of day. It's when the darkness rolls away. He's gone away in yesterday. Now I find myself
side, where the river changed direction across the great divide. He's gone away in yesterday. Now I find myself on the mountainside, where the river changed direction across the great divide. Where the river changed direction across the great divide.
This next one I know many of you know, and I would encourage you to sing along. I think it'll be great.
Tune because we care.
Oh, that's nice.
Even with room. This is good.
Ben. I like Ken sitting there. He's got a good laugh. It's like Ed McMahon. Come a little bit closer. Hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. Yeah, next time.
Next verse, okay.
But there's a full moon rising. Let's go dancing in the night. We know where the music's playing. Let's go out and feel the night. Yes, sing along. I know you know it. Because I'm still in love with you. I want to see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. Get some rhythm in that one, girl. Okay. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. And when we were lovers, I loved you with all of my heart. But it's getting late, and the moon is rising high. I want to celebrate, see it shining in your eyes. Here we go. Because I'm still in love with you. I want to see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. More cowbell. All right, very good.
New model?
So natural. I was wondering who that was the other night. You know, she lives like literally an eighth of a mile from me, and there's some of my neighbors there. And I don't know if you guys know, but we have celebrity. We got Jan Gillis sitting in the
Yes,
audience
we
today.
Performing at the River House next Saturday.
Wow. Wow, I didn't know. I'm glad to
Yeah, we're
know.
the opening act for Crit Hollow.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Neil will be back. Limping,
Good.
but he'll be back.
So Jan and Neil are joining the Honeybees in concert on December 8th at the Our Lady of Grace Catholic Church at 3 on a Sunday. We raise money for the Romney Children's Home Society every year, and last year we raised more than we ever did. It's a wonderful time, and we hope that you'll come. And especially we got Jan and Neil coming to do some beautiful things too. So anyway, we're going to close our show. We just have one more.
And yeah, we've got the mama of Ben and Jimmy.
That's right. All right, and you know, we have some remarkable artists. We've got Sybil McKenzie back here, a beautiful artist. If you haven't seen her work, my goodness. And of course, we got Nancy Judd. Where's Nancy? Oh, well, she must be. Nancy's helping out today. She's volunteering. She's such a love. She's actually over there working on the food for y'all. When we sing this last song, give us like 5 minutes to make sure it's all good over there for you, okay?
Sure.
And you can bring the food back in here, or you can stay in there, whatever you like. This next one is quite a spirited tune. I hope that you like as much as we do. Are you ready, girls?
I'm ready.
Pam's going to send you off with a wonderful tune.
Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Light the candle, everything's alright. Light the candle, everything's alright. Oh, when I was a baby child, shut the door, keep out the devil. Good and bad was just a game. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Many years and many trials. Shut the door, keep out the devil. They proved to me they're hard to say. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Light the candle, everything's alright. Light the candle, everything's alright. Oh, Satan is an evil charmer. Shut the door, keep out the devil. He's angry for a soul to hurt. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. And without your holy armor, shut the door, keep out the devil. He will eat you for dessert. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Light the candle, everything's alright. Light the candle, everything's alright. Say, hey, 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 shut the door. Hey, 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 shut the door. Hey, 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 shut the door. Say a prayer, he won't be back no more. Say a prayer, he won't be back no more. My mama used to sing this song. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Oh, Papa used to sing it too. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Jesus called him, took him home. Shut the door, keep out the devil. And so I sing this song to you. Shut the door, keep the devil in the night. Shut the door, keep out the devil. Shut the door, keep the devil.